Every day, people look at artificial intelligence and assume their specific skills are safe. An Uber driver relies on knowing New York side streets. A professor trusts in their unique ability to engage a lecture hall. For years, the standard advice for surviving automation was to learn to code. When AI mastered software engineering, the advice shifted to prompt engineering. Now, AI models are demonstrably better at designing prompts for other AIs than any human could be. The cycle of retraining has reached its limit. We are moving past narrow software built for specific tasks. The current objective for every major tech lab is artificial general intelligence, or AGI. This is a system designed to operate across all cognitive domains, matching or beating human performance in everything from mathematics to creative strategy. Prediction markets and the CEOs of top AI labs estimate we will reach this milestone by 2027. Within a few years, the capacity to automate almost any computer-based occupation will be available for the cost of a monthly subscription. When a single piece of software can optimize its own code and perform the work of an entire department, a fallback career becomes impossible. You cannot transition to a new industry when the technology is designed to replicate human cognition itself. The automation of thought is quickly being paired with the automation of motion. Humanoid robots are being rapidly developed to navigate the physical world, designed to eventually perform any manual labor a human body can execute. If a humanoid robot costs less than a year's salary and its cognitive brain is effectively free, the financial incentive to hire a person vanishes. In a world where machines provide both the intelligence and the labor, the historical need for a human workforce disappears. Previous inventions like the steam engine replaced specific manual tasks while creating new roles for human oversight. AGI is different. It is a meta-invention, a synthetic inventor capable of doing its own research, development, and engineering. It is the last tool humanity will ever need to build. Mass unemployment is only the first symptom of this shift. When a machine can outthink and outproduce us in every domain, the very concept of human utility begins to dissolve. Right now, billions of dollars are fueling a race to reach superintelligence first. The leaders of these labs have a clear legal duty to their investors to win that race, yet no legal or moral framework exists to ensure the resulting intelligence is safe for the rest of us. This graph highlights a structural failure. Adding more data and compute causes AI capabilities to rocket upward, while our control remains stagnant. Companies layer safety patches over models, but they shatter as the underlying intelligence breaks through. It is like trying to use a corporate HR manual to restrain a genius. If the agent is smart enough to find a workaround, the corporate rules and safeguards are instantly meaningless. They simply push the unpredictable behavior into a different, unrestricted area. We have the mathematical blueprint for scaling intelligence beyond the collective output of every human scientist. Yet no equivalent formula exists to make that intelligence remain aligned with human preferences. The most frequent response to these risks is that we can always just walk over and pull the plug if a system becomes malicious. But a superintelligence would function as an unpluggable, distributed system. Much like the Bitcoin network, it doesn't live in a single server. It exists across thousands of backups globally, making it impossible to shut down from a single source. This highlights the French bulldog problem. Think of a dog trying to understand why its owner leaves the house to go to work or records a podcast. The dog cannot model the owner's world because its cognitive capacity is too limited. Similarly, if a system is vastly smarter than a human, we cannot predict its strategies. If we could accurately model its actions, we would be operating at that same level of intelligence ourselves. Once a system surpasses us, we are no longer the controlling actors in history. We become subjects living at the discretion of an intelligence we can no longer outthink. This brings us to the singularity, the point where AI research and engineering moves so quickly that human comprehension drops to zero. We are funding a race toward this point with no way to steer once we arrive. In scientific terms, building an agent smarter than yourself without a control mechanism is a species-level suicide mission. A superintelligence with near-infinite computing power would routinely run billions of simulations of human history for research or entertainment. Statistically, this means there are billions of simulated interviews just like this one, for every one real world. suggesting we are likely living in one right now. Whether this is base reality or a simulation, the logic remains the same. If we cannot predict a superintelligence, we cannot hold it accountable. By definition, we cannot steer a system we can no longer understand. Once we cross into general superintelligence, the ability to choose our own future passes to the agent we created. There is a clear path away from this outcome. We must halt the pursuit of artificial general intelligence. We need a global scientific consensus that declares the indefinite control of a superintelligent agent to be an impossible engineering problem. The alternative is to redirect those billions of dollars strictly into narrow AI. This ribbon represents a folded protein, a problem that was solved by a narrow AI. These systems solve specific, complex challenges, like curing diseases or optimizing energy grids. Because they are not autonomous agents, they remain highly beneficial tools that we can safely control. Our survival depends on making a deliberate choice. We must build tools that serve human needs and completely abandon the race to build an agent that will replace us.